Loud and Clear, Part 5. So as I was saying, there were so many things that was wrong in my relationship with this man that the sickness wasn't just within him, it was also in me. Because I was quite comfortable in that unhealthy relationship. It wasn't beneficial, but I told myself, I allowed myself to deceive myself, to believe that it was beneficial because I didn't have to change me. I could be lazy. I could keep doing that, and my only sacrifice, which I felt my only sacrifice, was financially. It wasn't true. That too was a lie because my time is valuable and I'm wasting it. How could I find the right person for me if I'm too busy messing around with the wrong person for me? And I made excuses for that as well. I'm like, I'm working all the time. I don't have time right now to be in a serious relationship. But me knowing that, I sometimes would try to tell him, you're not my end game. This isn't what I want. We should stop this. But he was always reluctant for us to stop. And then I was just complacent, just whatever. We'll just do this. I don't have to worry about meeting anybody else. But there were moments where he just really worked my last nerves, and I promised him I would never cheat on him, so I'd break up with him, and then I'd get with somebody else. Normally, the other person that I got with it was always this one specific person who I always knew, and I'm like, ooh, I have a need, I have a craving, I have a want, so I would get with him. And I knew that it couldn't be everlasting because he was also with someone else. I did not mean to disclose that information, but whatever. It is what it is. But we would get together and do our little thing. And then when we were through doing our little thing, then Mr. Man was still contacting me. So we would get back together. And then he would say, you cheated on me. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I never really felt that I cheated on him, but I allowed him to tell me that I cheated on him. Actually, no, I never really did. Not in my mind. I broke up with you. I told you I was done and I didn't want to do this. And in doing that several times was a huge mistake on my part. And that's what led me here. Is you keep doing that, you keep breaking up with the person and then going back to them, and they keep taking you back and you keep taking them back. They think that there is nothing that's ever going to break you up. There is never going to be a final breakup, a final time where you are just not going to come back. And that is in play right now in his mind, in my opinion, is he thinks, I'm going to keep pushing on her. I'm going to keep myself in front of her. I'm going to keep stalking her. I'm going to keep harassing her. I'm going to keep doing whatever I'm doing. And I'm going to keep telling her that she's violating me and that I have this right. And he likes to play on my compassion because he always told me how compassionate I was. And I'm very nice and I'm very sweet. And it's one of the things he's attracted to me. And he used to always tell me the story because he liked to take walks. So we take walks. And I'm a very personable person. So we would take walks, and there was one time this woman was in the park. She was a baddie. I mean, beautiful, just head to toe, gorgeous. And she's out here and she's getting her walk on. And so I'm walking hand in hand with this man, and I see her coming. And as she passed me, I said, you are breathtaking. And she stopped. She says, well, I said, you are so beautiful. And her smile was radiant. It was like the sun in the sky. It just shone so bright. And she was so appreciative of the compliment. I'm sorry, I keep repeating myself because for some reason I'm getting tongue tied. But anyway, so we got to talking, she and I. And we had a very pleasant conversation, and he just stood off to the side watching. So then afterwards he goes, you are so beautiful. He said, you just made that woman's day. You just lit her up. And you do that with everybody that you meet. Everywhere we go, people are just drawn to you. And then you make them feel special. You make them feel important. And you even do that to me. I said, because people are special and people are important. And I'm an extrovert. And I give back what I receive. And even if I'm not receiving it, I'm still going to give it out. I do get empty and I do need to be replenished, which is in those times when I have to leave him alone because I'm like, I'm running on E. But he always constantly would bring that story up to me about how giving I am. And he was very, very attracted to that. And I was often trying to feed him in a way to give him something so that he could give something back to me. Rare on occasion did he ever give me anything back, but I kept trying to make sure I instilled something in him so that if I went to the well wouldn't always be dry. I was constantly complimenting him. One time I told him, and I know I was lying, and I do this sometimes. It's just to boost the ego. I don't mean to inflate it so huge that it's on the precipice of exploding, but I came too close a couple of times with my compliments. One time I told him that he looked like Gerard Butler, and I'm like, now you know that's a lie. I said it anyway. There were moments. There were moments that he was extremely handsome. This man took it too far. He started saying, I'm a good looking man. I really am. I'm like, oh my gosh. He even went a little crazy, which was hysterical for me because I'm like, this is ridiculous. I told this man, and I meant it. I told him that he had an impressive ball sack. I sent him a text message. It was a little meme of this guy carrying a sports sack with all these different color sports balls, soccer balls, basketballs, football, all kinds of balls. And I said, this reminds me of you. This is an impressive ball sack. He went crazy with this crap, okay? He's like, yeah, my balls are just great. Oh my goodness. I'm like, okay, it wasn't that serious for you to just go crazy. And then he started texting me, you want to see my impressive ball sack? No. I'm at work. I'm trying to change my clients to pen. I'm not thinking about your impressive ball sack. I don't care what conditions they said. No. And that's another thing that leads me to men drive me crazy. They're visual creatures. They always want something visual. They always want you to stop, no matter what time of day it is. Send me a pic. I don't have time to be sending you pics, okay? I'm not doing all that. I'm not. The one man that I used to break up with my guy with, he was one of those two. He would go in the bathroom and show me a little something. No. And I should have went in the bathroom and showed him a little something. I should have showed him a little something of what my client had to offer, but I never did. See, sometimes I don't think so swift on my feet. There are moments that I miss great opportunities to expose people to some BS. I hate that about me. You get into an argument and then you sit back, you reflect upon it, and you ponder the argument, and it's like, I should have said that. So the next time, if this happens, I'm going to do this. You don't miss the moment. And there are some people out there that are so crafty, they never miss the moment. There's this one woman on TikTok. She has a gift for gab. She never misses a moment to be candid, and her delivery and everything is just beautiful. I'm like, dang it, I wish I had it like that. But you know what? I don't. I have other gifts. I don't have that gift. But again, it's like I've always said, and I'm going to keep saying, because I always say, I love me. Oh my gosh, I'm crazy about me. So yes, I miss some opportunities, but I'm thinking about it. I might be quiet right now, but I'll be talking again.